Hello and welcome. My name is Akosua Casaberry. I am the Brand Authority publisher. I ghostwrite for licensed professionals selling services on Google Maps and LinkedIn. Today we're going to talk about why my dad needed brand authority too. And if you see me looking down occasionally, that is because I'll be looking at my script. All right, so let me wipe my glasses off and then we're gonna jump right into it. All right, so why my dad needed brand authority too. In my previous article titled How I Became the Brand Authority Publisher, I shared that my dad wasn't successful as an entrepreneur. And I saw up close the mistakes he made as an author and as a businessman. However, I followed in his footsteps anyway because I was blessed with the gift for writing and born into the publishing industry. The biggest mistake that my dad made was not establishing brand authority. Publishing is one of the key principles of brand authority. Following in my father's footsteps, I wanted and needed to learn from his mistakes. This pushed me to prepare for publishing by studying his writing, his decisions as an author, and his career as a licensed educator. I entered the publishing industry in 2014 as an editorial intern and spent 8 years working with international publishing and media firms. This spring of 2022, I created the Brand Authority Publishing for licensed professionals in search of local, regional, or national recognition. I dissected the five most common principles of the brands I've worked with over that 8 year period. They want to position themselves as an experienced expert with the knowledge to advise a particular clientele. The five principles that licensed professionals must prioritize are publishing, testimonials, social media, professionalism, and website. After fleshing out my story of becoming the brand authority publisher, my husband and I sat down to discuss solutions to the many challenges my dad faced by never establishing brand authority. We broke down the 30 solutions my dad could have implemented today to build brand authority using my brand authority checklist. I established 30 ways to build brand authority so professionals like my dad and my clients can stop solely selling their time, stop meeting with clients that don't respect their expertise, and stop struggling to market and advertise effectively. All right, so I break down what my dad did as an entrepreneur and then follow up with the brand authority solution. Here are 30 ways my dad should have built brand authority. The first principle we're going to focus on is publishing. Okay, so he published an independent writing textbook. I would have had him publish a brand authority book. It would teach 3 to 5 principles that meant to help a specific audience overcome a challenge within his industry of expertise. Number 2, he didn't publish educational articles. I would have had him publish articles that compare various terminology, writing methods, and genres. 3, he didn't publish motivational articles. I would have had him publish articles that examine how various industry authorities succeeded in the face of turmoil. 4, he didn't publish entertaining articles. I would have had him publish articles that explain his biggest mistakes, how he resolved them, and how readers could avoid making them. All right, so now we're going to move on to the next principle, which is testimonials. All right, that's starting with 5. He didn't sell a consumer product, so he didn't receive client testimonials. I wouldn't have permitted him to publish his first book, Ancestral Sacrifice, until he established a loyal audience. He didn't sell a professional service, so he didn't receive testimonials from industry experts. I wouldn't have permitted him to publish his first book, Ancestral Sacrifice, until he established clientele for a professional publishing service like ghostwriting or editing. 7, he didn't fully identify and understand his target audience, so he didn't request or receive testimonials from audience authorities. I would have had him publish books after establishing a network of people network of people acknowledged as experts and authorities by his target audience. All right, number 8, he didn't seek mentorship from more experienced authors, publishers, or instructors, so he didn't have any industry experts to co-sign his work. I would have had him attend every local reading, writing, and publishing conference and document the experience. Number 9, he didn't seek access to an existing niche audience, so he never worked with influential leaders of his audience. I would have had him assign his students the task of listing their 10 favorite New York City venues, for example, parks, restaurants, buildings, monuments, etc. I'd include having the students interview their parents for the same information. And lastly, I'd have him take pictures and videos at each location, holding his books, products, or public lecture. Moving right along to social media. Number 10, he never created an account or any social media platform. I would have had him start a complete LinkedIn profile and repurpose the biography and content to other platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. 11, he didn't keep a quality headshot available, which would have hindered his brand authority on LinkedIn. I would have had him get a professional headshot done, then save it to his hard drive and cloud storage. Because he didn't have social media, he never went live on social media. I would have had him compile a list of 10 most common questions, issues he's heard about immigrants learning English. Then I would have had him give his thoughts live on social media and eventually run the videos as pre-recorded lives. 13, he never advised or coached through social media content. I would have had him assess the English writing or speaking of struggling English speakers and give insight on how they could improve live on social media and eventually run the videos as pre-recorded lives. He didn't share his faults on social media. I would have had him tell the same stories from his entertaining article live on social media and eventually run the videos as pre-recorded lives. 15, he didn't create branded content using his own quotes. I would have had him put one-line quotes from his articles onto pictures of him teaching and then add his contact information and a call to action. 16, He didn't create branded content using relevant statistics. I would have had him put alarming or gratifying statistics regarding immigrants onto pictures of him teaching, then add his contact information and a call to action. 17, he didn't create branded content using business or family photo shoots. I would have had him put his brand name on professional family photos, then add his contact information and a call to action. Number 18, he was interviewed and it was published as text, but he was never featured on a visually recorded platform. I would have had him record a video discussing his brand and email it to every immigrant managed podcast, radio, and television show in New York City. Then every week he'd resend to those who didn't respond. Number 19, he never repurposed his content. I would have had him create an online newsletter from his books, lesson plans, and videos. Now we're moving on to professionalism. All right, and we're on number 20. He didn't use a consistent brand message. I would have had him brand himself as the immigrant ghostwriter who writes manuscripts, speeches, and articles for immigrants and public speakers. 21, he didn't have a complete email signature. I would have had him include his logo, image, full name, brand name, email, phone number, and hyperlinked slogan or banner image. 22, he wasn't a paid member of any industry organization. I would have had him join national and local organizations for immigrants and public speakers. There he would learn and network with prospective clientele and colleagues. Number 23, he was a certified New York City high school literacy teacher, but he resigned to be a full-time writer and author. I would have had him mention his certification on every social media platform and social media bio for additional brand authority in education, literacy, and public speaking. 24, he didn't own a trademark. I would have had him trademark a custom logo that included his brand name, The Immigrant Writer, so he could sell merchandise and license out the brand name. 25, he didn't create, use, or wear branded merchandise. I would have had him create a custom branded briefcase, carrying it everywhere and putting it in all of his video content. All right, and the last principle, but definitely not least, is website. And it's the last 5 from our brand authority checklist. Okay, so now we're on 26. Now we're on 26 for websites. He didn't have a website or custom domain and email address. I would have had him choose the domain www.immigrantwriter.com. 27, he didn't use SEO keywords. I would have had him include 5 keywords like ghostwriter, writer, immigrant, speaker, and manuscript in every section of his website and articles. 28, he didn't optimize his Google search results. I would have had him include 4 keywords in each web page title on his website. For example, the immigrant ghostwriter, manuscripts, speakers, and article writer. 29. He didn't send offers and updates to his contact / lead list via email and text consistently. I would have had him create automated messages triggered by actions taken on his website or funnel. And last but not least, 30, he didn't build a membership community on his own website. I would have had him build a free online membership area to publish articles, sell ghostwriting services, DIY writing lessons pre-recorded, and branded merchandise. If you've learned something valuable from this article about publishing or brand authority, please leave a comment below, and I appreciate your support.